Well, these days, Koreans in their 40s and 50s are no longer on the fringes in terms of their consumption of cultural products.
In fact, middle-aged Koreans are fast becoming a key consumption group when it comes to taking in performances and movies based on their solid economic status and their exposure to mass culture products during their younger years. Now, to tell us more about this trend here in Korea, our Jiwon, cultural correspondent Jiwon, joins us live from the News Center. Hello there, Jiwon.
Hi, guys. Koreans in their 40s and 50s are now considered a key consumer group by marketers. Let's first take a look at a concert held last weekend. There are still a few hours before the concert, but these fans, mostly in their 40s and 50s, can't hide their excitement. They are here to see legendary singer Cho Yong-pil perform. Since his debut in mid-1970s, 63-year-old Cho has sold around 20 million albums in Korea, and now he's back with his 19th album, Hello, which is his first album in 10 years. The seasoned artist has successfully changed his music into a younger and upbeat modern rock style, and songs of the album have become huge hits, even beating Psy's new single, Gentleman, in many major music charts. Named after the album title, Koreans in their 40s and 50s are now dubbed the Hello Generation. Unlike the previous middle-aged generation in Korea, this new generation is out and about enjoying things like this concert.
At my request, my husband bought us concert tickets for about $300, so I came here with my husband on a date.
Seeing Cho win back his popularity again with this new album, I think my generation can get a lot of positive energy from him amid the current economic and social slump.
I joined the fan club in 2003. Our members have offline gatherings often. In addition to attending most of Cho Yong-pil's concerts, we also fundraise twice a year to support his concerts.
Held over 3 straight nights in Seoul, some 30,000 fans attended the concert, welcoming the return of the legend and signaling the birth of a new, more active, middle-aged generation.
Well, I take pride and find solace in that I will be joining that crowd soon. Well, they definitely seem to know how to enjoy themselves.
Yes, so nowadays, marketers in the performing arts industry say about 30% of seats are bought by people in their 40s and 50s. As they make up such a significant proportion of total ticket sales, marketing strategies aimed at selling tickets to this particular group have been essential in achieving commercial success. Let's take a look at another performance. While most musical performances in Korea are held in the evening during the week, this musical has added an afternoon performance every Wednesday.
We call audience members in their 40s through 60s the golden age. Based on their stable economic power, they enjoy actual cultural lives. We provide afternoon performances during the week for senior audience members who tend to have more free time during the day.
Audience members in their 40s and 50s have significant ticket buying power.
I watch at least 3 or 4 musicals a year. I think I've seen most popular musicals.
I don't watch musicals often, but I watch films 2 or 3 times a month.
I really like musicals, but I also go to movies and plays. I go to movies almost every week and try to watch every famous musical that comes out.
Wow, but Jiwon, there must be other reasons behind this surge in cultural consumption.
Yes, one of the most important reasons lies in the demographics. Koreans in their 40s and 50s are the very baby boomer generation following the aftermath of the Korean War. The first baby boomer generation begins from 1958 to 1963, which refers to people between the ages of 50 to 58. The second baby boomer generation begins 1968 and runs through 1974 and refers to people aged 39 to 45. Together, they make up more than a quarter of Korea's population. So the fact that there are so many of them is the main reason behind the growing presence of the generation in cultural consumption. And secondly, they are the first generation in Korea to experience rapid economic growth and mass cultural consumption during their youth.
So since most of these baby boomers entered their middle age a few years ago, their consumption in cultural products has become more evident in Korea, right, Jiwon?
Yes, the presence of the nation's middle-aged population in cultural scenes became evident with the success of a concert series, says Jiwon, back in 2010. Singers from the 60s and 70s got back together and held concerts that year, and it triggered a nationwide boom that continued to this day. And that was when most of the second baby boomers just entered middle age. Also, like retro Korean films like Sunny in 2011 and Miracle Cell No. 7 last year struck a chord with the generation. Thanks to strong ticket sales, particularly by this age group, both films went on to do really well, selling over 7 million and 12 million tickets respectively. So film industry insiders know that for a film to become a mega hit like this, it has to appeal to the country's middle-aged population.
Well, Jiwon, if the trend is big enough like this, there must be experts who are analyzing this phenomenon, right?
Sure, so let's listen to what an expert I spoke to had to say.
In Japan or other Western European countries, senior members are a key consuming group. This trend is kicking into gear in Korea with its rapidly aging population. The increasingly evident buying power of the middle age in terms of cultural products signals a growing silver market. I believe more diverse products aimed at middle-aged and senior consumers' sensibility and needs will be created, and that will trigger more consumption by the group. The newly created silver market will revive the previously ignored consumption power of this age group.
So it looks like the so-called hello generation in Korea, looks like they're here to stay. Thank you very much for your report, Jiwon.